Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we're checking out Mythic Mischief Volume 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is from Ivy Games, and it plays 1 to 4 players, though I gotta say, it's primarily a 2-player game, and it plays in 45 to 90 minutes. Now, Ivy Games sent us this pre-production copy because, number one, it's on Kickstarter right now. If you're watching this sometime around September 2023, you probably want to get in on this Kickstarter. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm not even going to wait till the end of the video. Don't wait, because it'll be too late.
Too late.
So, check it out. And the second reason is not because they wanted us to do this, they did it in exchange for this video. They knew we were going to play this game because they know we like to play all the games.
That's right.
So they knew we were going to put it on video, and hey,
here we are. So it is currently on Kickstarter.
Do you have that link?
No, I forgot.
Time Roller put the link in there.
Thanks, Time Roller.
Thanks, Time Roller.
So it is doing very well.
Yes.
It is very highly succeeding. So if you want a top-notch quality game, this is amazing components. It will increase, like if you have the first one, it's more characters.
It's more characters.
So
it's more
group. Or have played the first Mythic Mischiefs Volume 1, you will already know how to play this game.
Absolutely.
Now there's 4 new characters, 4 new factions that you get to try out, and there's a whole bunch of new abilities that I'm like, seems really cool. I don't know what I'm doing yet. So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. So if you own Mythic Mischief Volume 1, hey, you don't even really need the rules. Everything is still basically the same from Mythic Mischief Volume 1.
Yes.
So let's take a look at what we've got. We're playing gnomes against fairies.
Yes, we are.
Before we went on stream a couple days ago, we played werewolves versus gargoyles.
Yep. And they come with these little cute little containers.
So super high quality from Ivy Games, as you would expect. All of the little components will fit nicely in here. For those of you who don't know how to play Mythic Mischief, never fear. I'm here with all of your rules information. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay out the board as so, and you're going to put the groundskeeper, this super high quality, it's so black that it's like
so dark,
inky black on the camera. Going to put him right in the middle. And then you are going to set up the maze just like one of the default situations here, the default setup pages. We played with this one for the first game. Notice you've got hedges that are around, and we've got them placed with the little green walls here, and we've got clutter. We are playing with this setup right here, so you can see that that matches this right here. So there are 10 hedges. You can also, instead of setting up one of these ways, you can draft the starting locations like of the hedges and clutter tokens by a draft. Not recommended for first time play, but you're just going to take turns placing obstacles on the hedge maze board, starting with the second player and going back and forth like that, setting up the hedges and the obstacles wherever you want them. Now, there are certain rules that will always apply to hedges. Number one, you cannot put it on the outside edge. That is never allowed. So this is an outside edge. This is an outside edge. This is an outside edge. Any of those edges of the board. Number two, you cannot make an area inaccessible by hedges. You cannot even do something like this, blocking off this area from all of this area. If a move that you do would cause that to happen, you can't do it. So now that I have truly messed up my maze, I need to put it back again. So now the clutter tokens, all these things are going to do is slow down your movement. So every player is going to get a mythic faction and you're going to place your dice on the board where you see these little spots. For example, on this werewolf's board, you're going to put a die here with a 1 and a die here with a 1. Notice, no, sorry, with a 2. Notice the little number above it. A die there with a 1, a die here with a 1, and a die here with a 0. Yes, there is a blank face of the dice. So these will go from 1 to 5. So you will place them on the board onto those dots. Now, you will also generally roll one or two of these dice to find out who is going to be the first player. Whoever is the second player will get a free tome. Now, what did they do with this tome? They're going to place it as you do whenever you gain a tome. And what you will do is you will place the tome on the left edge of any of your columns, and usually it's going to displace a die. Notice for illusion, it's not going to displace a die here for my illusion ability or Steph's, what is that ability? Antics ability. But what that's going to mean is if she were to place it there, then whenever we reset for the next round, that die is not going to be jammed up against the edge and turn into a 0 die. So that would help that. Let's say that she puts it on here, then that 1 on my board is going to turn into a 2 like that. The die is going to push it this way, and then you're going to set that die equal to whatever number that is. So for Steph, if she were to put it here, then she gets to push the distract over to a 1, and she has 1 point of distract. If she were to put it here for move, then the 1 gets pushed over to the 2 gets pushed over to a 3, and so instead of 3 movement, she'll have 5 movement. Now, not all boards are the same. Some of the move abilities go 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so you're not going to get to move quite as fast or far. So I'm the first player. I don't get any special tomes on my board to start with.
But
however,
you get first dibs.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. I am going to place my 3 characters onto any spots that do not contain the groundskeeper, a tome, or clutter. Is that true? Is it clutter? No. Another mythic, the groundskeeper or a tome. You can start out on clutter if you want. Maybe I should have started here. So
I could start on clutter.
You can start on clutter. So I think knowing that, I would start here. Where would you like to start this?
I will start on the other side of this.
That sounds good because you're right next to that tome.
Yeah.
So in a 3 or 4 player game, there are special rules in solo mode. There's a rather extensive solo mode in the rule book. So for any of those rules, check that section of the rule book. Now, there are a few terms that we need to talk about. One of them is adjacent. That means orthogonally adjacent, not diagonally adjacent. However, if I say the term neighboring, that is anything on the 8 squares around, as long as there are not hedges blocking that. Now, yes, there is a hedge on this side, but there's not a hedge on this side. So this gnome is now neighboring this gnome. It is not adjacent, however. If it were closed off like this, then that gnome is not adjacent, nor is it neighboring to this gnome. I got to mention, these sculpts are rather fantastic.
And they're all unique.
They take, Ivy Games takes a lot of time to create these detailed minis, and so props to them for
if you're a mini person, this is amazing.
This is totally should totally be your jam. Now, along with adjacent, me and the groundskeeper are not adjacent. There's a hedge in between us. So it would be the same for me and an enemy. We are not adjacent.
Yep.
And that's going to matter for some of the fairies' powers, as we'll get into in a little bit. So I'm going to place all of my people. Steph's going to place all of her people. We are also going to place the destination tiles on the spots that are marked 1, 2, and 3. The 1 is going to be the place that the groundskeeper is going to want to move first. Then they're going to move to the 2. Then they're going to move to the 3. We're also going to place a tome onto every space with a cube. There are circles on this card, but we will talk about that here in a second. The 4 up in the corner means that the groundskeeper is going to move 4 movement points every player turn. Now, this is a before dark card. We're also going to have one face down after dark card. Basically, we're going to play one before dark round, one after dark round, and then the game is over. Before dark is basically the groundskeeper is going to try to move 1, 2, and 3. If the groundskeeper has any movement left over after getting to the 3, it's going to try to get back to the middle as far as it can get. Then we're going to flip over the after dark card, and we are going to place the new destination tokens down, and we're going to continue the game from there. So let's talk a little bit about a game turn. Each team's turn is going to consist of 3 phases. First, we're going to have the mythic phase, where I'm going to move my stuff around. Then the groundskeeper phase, where I'm going to move the groundskeeper. And then the cleanup phase. So if I had any of my mythics that had gotten caught by the groundskeeper, that is definitely going to happen. So if you've had any that were caught, hey, remember these circles that are on this card? I can drop my little mythic down onto any of those circle spots. However, I have to make sure that it is any space that's not currently occupied by another mythic, the groundskeeper, or a tome. So I can't drop down directly onto a tome. If there are no valid spots, then I can drop anywhere I want as long as it's not on one of those spots. So I could drop here, here if it were not occupied, here or here, here if it were not occupied, here or here, if for some reason I had been taken out by the groundskeeper. It's important to note that we cannot eliminate each other. We can just make it so that we accidentally get moved in front of the groundskeeper, and the groundskeeper can walk on top of our characters. That would be bad for us, wouldn't it, Steph? So every mythic, every team always has an action to move. Every mythic team will have an option to move other mythics. It might be allies, it might be enemies. We have an ability to move hedges, and they're going to be different between mine and Steph's. We've also got an action to distract. Whoops, I need to put that on the blank side, don't I? I don't have any distract at the moment. We also have what's called a legendary ability. Each faction has a legendary ability on the bottom corner. Currently, there's a tome on it, which means I can access this legendary ability. However, once I use it, I lose the tome on it. And in order to use it again, I have to place another tome on it. Tomes are how we upgrade our characters' abilities. So you don't want to just waste them.
No.
Now, granted, it's good to use these legendary abilities, but placing them here means you're not placing them to upgrade your dice. Each team has an After Dark special. As soon as the After Dark card gets flipped and we move into that phase of the game, we both get access to our After Dark specials. So, generally, a movement point like this one here means I can move one mythic, one space. Moving on top of clutter costs an extra movement point. So in order to get up to this clutter, I'm going to have to spend 2. Hey, I've only got 1. I can't do it. But if I had a tome here and this were a 2, I could spend both of these points, basically dropping this down to a 0 and getting on top of the clutter. Alternatively, I can spend 1 of the points to move to this tome, and then another 1 of the points to move to this tome. That's how I could spend both of those points. I would then collect these tomes and I would put them here on the top of my board. I can't allocate them yet. That'll happen here in a minute. So that is basically how the move ability works. You can use 1 point to move 1 space. I also have a special movement ability. It's called Burrow. That will allow me to burrow. One of these points will let me go 2 spaces in any one direction, and I can burrow past other mythics and under hedges. So I will go boop, just like that with a burrow. Keep in mind, you can move through mythics, but you cannot end up in the same square with another mythic. So currently, this gnome can't really do anything other than burrow because I only have 1 movement point and I cannot end in the space with this fairy.
That's hard for you.
That's hard for me. I've also got a shifty move that will be that is my ability that will move other mythics. Hey, let's talk a little bit about it. Why not? Since we're here. My gnome shifty ability, I can move an adjacent ally or enemy. So this would be adjacent, this would not be, to another adjacent space of my mythic. Well, that's not adjacent, and that's not adjacent. I really couldn't move you anywhere. That would be off the board, right? So, I can shifty onto a cluttered space. So that's nice to know.
Yeah.
So the my move hedges ability is called illusion. I can use this point to move an adjacent hedge to another adjacent space of my mythic. So I could take this hedge and move it here. I cannot move it here. Why?
The edge of the board.
As the edge of the board. Can't do that. So, my distractibility works just like everybody else's distractibility. This lets you move the groundskeeper 1 space towards any one of your mythics per point of distract used. You're going to move the groundskeeper 1 space. It doesn't matter if there's clutter on it. So I can say, hey, groundskeeper, come my direction. And he will come 1 space, the closest path to this gnome. If there are equal paths that it could take, for example, if this were here, it could go either direction.
And it has to be the closest gnome.
It has to know.
You could say you want to do it with this
toward
gnome.
Any one of your mythics.
So that one, you could say.
Per point of distract use. So I can move him that direction.
That's good.
And then when he moves 4 towards that destination 1, he'll have to go slightly out of his way to get there. But I don't have any points of distract. So, finally, I've got my potion ability, which is my legendary ability. I can reset any one of my action dice. So if I've pumped this die all the way up to 3, and I've used all 3 of these points, I can reset that die to 3 and use them all over again.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
That seems really good. Notice some of these abilities have 2 dice. Steph could only reset 1 of those if that were her power. Notice I've got my move dice split into 2 different abilities, move and burrow. This would be a separate ability entirely. See how it's like different color than the other ones.
Yeah, I see that.
So, and my After Dark special, once per turn, I can move 1 of these destination tokens 1 space orthogonally. And it doesn't matter whether there's clutter or anything on it. If it moves it onto a groundskeeper space, boom, the groundskeeper has made it to that spot. So, huzzah for the groundskeeper. Your fairy abilities. Let's talk a little bit about those. And keep in mind, there are also werewolf and gargoyle abilities that you can play with if you're going to play with those factions. Steph, your movement ability is called Wander. No, your movement is just movement. Your move mythics ability is Wander. You get to move an ally or an enemy from a diagonal space to any orthogonal space of that ally or enemy. So if we were here when your turn started, you can move me past that clutter.
Yep.
Because this is orthogonal to me.
Yep.
So you could do that. You cannot wander me over a hedge, though.
Yeah, I can.
You cannot wander me over a hedge. I'm telling you.
Over a hedge, no.
You cannot. I'm telling you, you cannot wander me over a hedge.
Got
it. Further, if I am here and this is closed off, I'm not certain you could do it. You can wander over onto a cluttered space. So if
Yes.
I were here, you could wander me here.
Right.
So it's not clear as to whether, if I were walled off, whether this would be considered a diagonal space.
I would say no.
I'm not certain because it doesn't neighbor.
Yeah,
It's not
search.
it's not called neighbor. It does say a diagonal space. So maybe that needs a little bit of tightening up, but I'm not sure. So
Okay.
your hedge ability is fantastic.
Yeah.
You can take a hedge from the hedge maze adjacent to a fairy and move it to anywhere and to any enemy. You could take this and move it over there. You could not move it here. Why?
It's
That
totally closing you.
that's correct. So, you also have the distractibility, obviously, and your legendary ability switch the spaces of a groundskeeper and an enemy. Boop.
It's pretty good.
I mean, that's really good. But it takes
Pretty
it takes a
good.
tome for that.
It does.
Your After Dark Spirit special is Fairy Ring. You get to attach the Fairy Ring to an adjacent enemy. And you may move this enemy to a diagonal space once per turn. Once this enemy is caught by the groundskeeper, the Fairy Ring is removed and returned. And you can attach the Fairy Ring to an enemy once per turn. So you're going to keep causing me trouble over and over and over and over. So,
Troublemaker fairies.
why do we care about that? Because we're students at an academy. We're at like a Hogwarts sort of place, right?
Yep.
Obvious Harry Potter vibes going on with this. If you are caught by the groundskeeper on your turn, you lose a point. If you catch another player by the groundskeeper on your turn, you gain a point. So keep that in mind. Steph loses points on her turn when she's caught on her turn. But whenever the groundskeeper catches me on her turn, she gains a point. It can be sometimes a little tricky to determine who loses points and who gains points. That's the easiest way to think about it. On your turn, did you get an enemy caught or yourself caught? Don't get yourself caught. So, on the cleanup phase, all the used action dice, whether it's partially or fully used, you're going to move those to the leftmost spot. So this, boom, it would clear to a 0. Then you are going to slot your tomes collected during your turn. You can place the tome on any track on your faction board to update the ability. You can also put the tome on the legendary ability. Then you boost 2 abilities. Move 1 die to 1 space to the right on its track. So I could move this over here, even though my book is not there. That's 1 ability boosted. You could boost the same ability twice. So this could move over to the 2.
We get to boost things?
Yeah, I think we forgot to do that on our sample game, but you boost 2 of them on the cleanup phase.
I see that.
Then you reset all of the action dice to whatever number that it's on. So if I boosted this here, it's going to turn into a 2, just like this. If I boost this die, it's going to go to a 4. That'd be pretty fantastic for me. But currently, all my stuff is set where the dot is. That basically is like a little predetermined boost. Then I'm going to, do your stuff, then move the groundskeeper, then do your cleanup. So how far do you move the groundskeeper? The groundskeeper is going to move 4. It's going to move towards that first destination. 1, 2, 3. That's gone. Now it's going to move towards this. This and this are equal to that groundskeeper. I'm going to cause trouble for Steph, so I'm probably going to move it over here. So since I'm the active player, I would be the one that would choose where the groundskeeper goes. So that is basically how the game goes. Are we ready to go, Steph?
Yep.
All right. So I've placed my 3, then Steph placed her 3. Before the game began, she gets her bonus tome to boost up her distract. This stays here for the rest of the game. And that's about it. Take me a drink and I'm ready to go.
Okay, do something.
I'm going to do something that's super, super important, but probably not really. I am going to burrow for sure, because bloop, that's where that goes, and I'm going to get this tome right here. Gnome tome.
Gnome tome.
Yeah, I think your abilities are very, very good.
Very good. Yeah.
So I took my gnome tome. Then I'm going to do this movement and take this tome before you shift me off being a diagonal person. That would make me diagonally challenged. That would not be good.
Yep.
Shifty. Do I even want to shifty you? Because I don't think I even want to. Oh, misspelled. What's this, guys? Fix it. Quick. Again, this is pre production. They have plenty of time to fix these things. Looking at my gnomes here, detailed abilities right here on the side, and little cute descriptions of each of your gnome characters to give them a little bit of personality. Move an adjacent ally or enemy to another adjacent space. I could move you here, but why give you a cluttered space to perch upon? I don't think that would be a good plan. So I'm probably not even going to shifty you. I could illusion, but all that's going to do is move this around here. And these guys are not even adjacent to hedges. I was adjacent to a hedge, but I would just be moving it. I don't think it's probably worth doing anyway. So I'm just going to ignore both of those abilities. I could reset an action die. I don't think it's going to help me much. So that is all I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, like we discussed before. And then I'm going to get to place these 2 tomes that I've collected. This is a really good question. I do want some distract. I wouldn't mind some extra move. The extra shifty's not great because my guys are far apart, so I probably should not bother. Oh, this is also a 1. Now, I consider this the farthest left of this area. I don't think I go from a 4 up to a 1 of burrow. I suspect these are 2 separate shifted areas.
Yep.
Now I can boost 2 things. Oh, this is also flat out to a 0. Boosting 2 things. Boosting distract's not going to do me any good. So I think I'm going to boost this to a 4 and this to a 1 just in case I need it. And that's my cleanup.
Me.
It's now you.
All right.
Run away.
1.
Yay, you got it.
2.
Yep. That's 2 of your 3 movement.
Yep.
And normally you will
3.
lower these dice down or move them off to the side, whatever is easiest for you to remember. Now, if you move them off to the side, then if it's an ability like this, you'll forget to be able to do it.
Just gonna go 3 instead. I'm gonna teleport this thing to there. I'm gonna.
How do you do that? I thought I
It
had
has
to
to
go
go
adjacent.
adjacent.
I have to go adjacent to an enemy. Yes, must be an enemy. Or was it? Oh, it was over there.
Still that way. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
move you here.
No. What was that for? Wander?
Oh, I can't do that. You're not diagonal.
I'm not diagonal. That is guy. He is diagonal. Not interested in that.
Sort of.
Sort of. You've already used your move.
Yeah, these are gone.
I can blank them to 0. Either way. Technically, I believe the correct way.
I'm gonna taunt him to come here. Distract him to come here.
No stuff.
And then I'm just not gonna do that. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna move the groundskeeper. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got a point.
Yep, that's how that goes.
Sweet.
And then
Alright, so I reset this stuff. I guess to 0. I got this I can add in here. I guess having more movement is good. And I can boost something, you said?
boost 2. You can boost the same one twice if you want.
Okay, did it.
Good job, you. Me turn. I've got to drop this guy into a hole.
Neener, neener.
Yeah, I see you.
No, I'm a fairy. You can't see me.
Cannot drop where you are. How about here? What?
Sounds great.
It is going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna be my main mover this time.
Okay.
Watch how this goes. Says he goes, no, because she's bet for me on this one. 1 drops this to a 3. Illusion dropping this to a nothing and going boop. Then doing this as now 2. That's awesome. Now I'm going to burrow onto a clutter. That's fantastic. That is like the best. And then I will shifty you. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that is on a 1. And I will shifty you. Oops.
You can't put me on top of him.
What?
That's a rule.
What? That's a rule?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
You have to go back to the main rules because that's a rule.
Looking. I'm looking. Oh, you cannot move a mythic into the groundskeeper space. Boo! I can't find a way to make him eat you.
I'm a little fairy.
I
Can't catch me.
Hmm? I want to though. I would be moving you to another adjacent space of my mythic. So it really doesn't help. Distract also doesn't help. Moving out of the way, I guess. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to see what options are available. And you can't go through the groundskeeper space, can you?
I don't know.
Because I can park him on top of that tome. That'll be great. I would love to park him on top of the. You may not move through the groundskeeper. So I might as well distract, and then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That seems great.
Can you distract onto?
Yes.
Okay.
One space. Doesn't matter if there's clutter or not.
Okay.
So that is that. I have 2 tomes to slot. Where do I slot these dudes? These will all reset to their numbers. This is down to 0. This is a 1. 2 tomes to slot, and then 2 boosts to do.
Boost to do.
Boosts to do. Boost to frickin' do. So currently I have no tomes on the board. Basically, all I can do is try to get you got.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
So with that in mind,
I can walk through your spaces to get those tomes.
you can indeed, but you cannot end on my spaces.
Correct.
So yes, you are correct. Correct. I wonder if I should go here and I boost 2 things. I'd like to boost both of those, but I'm not going to be able to. Definitely need to have the ability to move at least 1 wall. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
I got to at least do that. So I'm going to boost this to a 2. And where's my last boost going? Am I moving or am I burrowing? Burrowing seems really versatile to get out of your way. Or get out of his way, I should say.
He did go on 2 already, right?
Yes, that's gone. Yeah, he went 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
That was the only way for him to go. I could not even choose it.
Yeah.
So my second boost is going to be another burrow. That seems to be really versatile. And now it is a U.
Okay. I'll go here. 1,
Yes.
2. Move you here.
What?
Uses that.
No, you're going to get me got again.
Uses
Stop getting me got.
Gotta get you got. Then what? I guess I'll just say go here. And
That's
then
a distract.
Yep. I still have 3 movement. One movement. Move that there. Two, three, I guess.
Wow.
'Cause I don't want you to turn it around on me somehow. And that was all my movement, and I could still move you one more step. Oh. I just, if I wanted to have, I could have. It's not going to matter because he's going to eat you anyway.
Yes.
So, I guess that's it.
You got no tomes. All right. 1, 2. I'm assuming 3, 4.
Yep.
You get a point.
Yeah, I got points. Who needs tomes when I get points?
Good job, you.
All right, let me see. Hold on. What do I want to do with this? I get 2 boosts, you said. Right. Definitely like having the ability to move walls. And sure. Did it. You.
Mate. Well, that's fantastic.
Yep. I'm sure something is.
Oh, it's going to be.
Yeah.
One of these guys is going to burrow.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have to. Of course, I should set up for after dark. So there's that.
So my question is, if you did nothing, would he go 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, why would he do that?
I don't
He's going to
know.
go back towards the middle.
He can't go on the pile of.
That's correct, which means he would not do anything.
Oh, he just stays.
He wants to go back to the middle. So no, he would do nothing. Let's start him here. I think my only move is a whopping 1-point play, moving this here. That's my illusion. Then I'm going to distract twice. Bloop, bloop. I get a point. Game ends when someone reaches 10, I should mention. Or when the After Dark is done, we see where we are.
Okay.
That is that. I don't think I can do anything else to get you caught.
Rude.
Best I can do. It's going to happen before you even get a chance to do anything.
Yep.
Being in the corner is not such a bad thing to be.
Heyo, Jen.
I think I'm just going to perch myself on top of the rock. That's
Perch was the gargoyle ability.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Actually, I could shifty you. No, not unless I want to put you on top of the rock, and I don't. Don't want you to be on top of the rock. Something different. No, because that hedge was in the way. I cannot put you from here to here because that is not considered adjacent. I was trying to think of a way that I could have just moved you, could have just moved you here and then have him stomp on you, but I can't because of the hedge.
Yeah.
If I were here, I could have moved you and then gotten out of the way.
Yeah.
That takes a little bit of struggling. So I think I'm just kind of good with where I am. It's probably good for me to be where everybody is not. Is this guy going to reset to the middle?
Do not remember.
I also do not remember, which is why I'm going to check after dark. Remove any uncollected tomes from the hedge maze board. Flip this down, flip this up, place the destination tokens as you see on the after dark card. Add the new tomes to the hedge maze board. I should probably get as far away from that dude as possible, to be fair. Because you're just going to cause problems for me.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I would never do it.
Except you would.
Never.
Never. I will burrow because I can. Do I burrow again?
Burrowing gnome hobbit.
No, because it will be really difficult for you to move that thing if it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. It'll be really difficult for you to move that hedge because you can't stand next to the hedge.
Nope.
At that point.
So
And
he just stays in that
he would
spot.
normally go as far as he could to here, and now he can't.
Okay, fine.
So that's where it ends. We remove 3 valuable tomes.
They don't stay on the board.
No, they don't. I will need to reset all this stuff real quick. I don't get any more tomes because I don't have any more tomes. I do need to boost my dice, reset all my stuffs.
Yeah.
Without even knowing where this stuff goes.
You do have tomes in your hand, I thought.
They're not here.
No, they're gonna go to the board to
Not.
collect.
You're gonna finish my turn. No?
Okay.
Don't finish my turn. I need to reset everything. Unfortunately, I don't get to know what happens out here before I can, do all my stuff. It says he is going. It says once the groundkeeper reaches, they will use their remaining movement to move toward the crest at the center of the hedge maze board, and then the after dark phase begins. Maybe we do know where everything is before I go to my cleanup phase. I guess we do. So he has reached here on the groundskeeper phase. This goes down. This goes up. Where are the destinations? Looks like one is in the bottom corner. Notice there's a different color sides based on which it is. It is mostly just thematic color stuff. There's 2 right on top of the clutter, and a 3 on top of this clutter. I should probably move at some point. Here are where the 3 books are. There's only 3 of them. Oh my goodness! It's where I am now. I cannot get these if I am not there at the start of my turn. But if I am at the start of my turn, poop, I pick those up. Jen says I have a bottle of tropical tomes I use after eating pizza. Wow, that was total sheer luck. And then this tome won't ever get played. And then I can redo all this. this drops down to 1. I get to boost 2 things. How about that? Does still seem good, and this does still seem good. The 4 moves. 4 moves does seem also good. Nope, I'm fine with this.
Me.
It's you. It's you. You're going to drop into one of those new dots. Nope, not there. That's not a secret entrance. All of the secret entrances are the spot spaces on the card. It's like you're dropping through like the hole in the ceiling or a little gutter space or something. That is legit. You can do that.
Okay. I will move 1.
1.
I'll move you here.
Whoa, no. I guess I'm going to get caught.
I'll move you here.
Do you have 2 of those?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I will distract him here.
He's going to get both of me. No, he's not. 3 movement.
Yeah. And that's a thing.
Yep.
I
He
can.
won't get you because you can choose to go around. I do believe. Fairly sure. Yep. It's too bad that it won't choose you over its other spot.
I'm thinking.
That's very sad.
I'm going to give you the fairy ring.
Whoa, no.
No, I'm going to give you the fairy ring.
No, no.
So that says attached to an adjacent enemy, I may move this enemy to a diagonal space. That seemed good. I can get both of yous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then
Boo.
I still have 4 movement. I gotta go do things. Move a hedge or something.
My incredible luck is now incredible non-luck.
I'm gonna move this hedge right here.
Good job, you.
Still have 4 movement. I'm gonna go 1, 2.
No. Yeah. That is true. Yeah, because you lowered your die. Usually you're not lowering your die, and it's throwing me off a little bit.
3, 4. All my movements. I move the hedge. I use distract, and I'm not doing that. So I'm done. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
You're not using distract.
Okay. I did use distract already.
Oh, you did. There's fairy ring.
I'm gonna get more distracted. So I'm gonna boost. Whoa. 1. 2. I got 2 points, by the way.
2 points because you hit me twice.
Yes.
Good job, you.
So I'll do that. 'Guess that's what I have to do.
How to think because I can't go here.
Right. Here, 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 here. Or right in front of his face.
Might be right in front of his face. Here's one. I did believe. There's the other.
Okay.
That's the best I've got, I think, unfortunately.
Well,
Burrow. Dang it. 50. Burrow. 50. Distract. Move. Oh, that sucks.
who earns
Move. Distract. Reset.
does it reset to
Reset any one of your action dice to the number it had. Distract. Best turn I've ever had. Ever. I was going to burrow, but I've screwed that up somehow. That's down to 0. He's a real long way from number 1. Burrow. Because I really don't have anything else I can do. And
they're literally in all three corners of the board.
that's important. That is super important for what I need to avoid. Is destruction by you. Don't have that. That was that. This is this. Oh, oh! I forgot After Dark. Forgot my After Dark. That doesn't seem bad. I sort of like that. And I really can't think of a good thing to do with this wall, so I'm just going to leave it for now. I get to slot a book. He goes 1, 2, 3. Seems good.
Okay.
I get to put my thing, my book, and boost 2 dice. It's like a good boost. Considering I don't need to get a whole bunch of tomes. All right, that's you.
Yep, I'm thinking. Don't have a lot of good spots, but we'll figure out how to
How about there?
maneuver you around.
Whoa, no.
Yeah, I think that might be best. I don't know.
Steph is adjusting.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the
Fairy ring.
fairy ring.
No.
Yep.
How about that? You're not going to give me to him, though.
I'm gonna move you. Can't move you yet. Attach fairy ring. You may move this enemy to an adjacent space once per turn. So, sure. Oh, an adjacent space. There.
Why is it
Oh,
diagonal?
diagonal space. Even better. That doesn't really matter. I'm still gonna do this.
I'm not diagonal.
You are.
Hear me?
Trying to figure out how.
Pretty darn easy. Oh no, it's not darn easy. If that's the closest way to both of these.
Yeah, I know.
That's not good.
I'm working on it.
See that? I'm not certain you can do it.
Well, I can. I just got to move closer.
Hmm.
Sure, distract him. Here, boop.
Ah! There's your ring back. Unavailable to you.
And then what? I'm gonna move this
What?
here.
No.
I'm gonna move 2 steps to get this thing.
Whoa. That's impossible.
No. Guess I can move you here.
Whoa, careful.
Not.
How does that work?
I mean, you were diagonal from me. I move you adjacent spot.
I thought you had used that one.
I had 2.
Hmm.
Mm.
See.
Still have a ton more movement.
What?
Not that I can really do much of anything with that. Um, I guess I'm just gonna lose it.
Lose what?
Lose my movement.
Ton of movement.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Did it.
Just go like that.
And then
Doesn't matter.
1, 2, 3. Not gonna. You are gonna do this.
Yeah, I'm just
Got
gonna
it.
like that.
Me?
Sure.
I'm dropping in. And I move the destination token through a hedge. Movement ignores clutter and hedges.
Hmm.
Keep me away from you. You're no good.
I'm a good fairy.
You're no good.
I'm a good witch.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Or a sandwich?
What?
What? I'd like to thank you for moving me there so I can shifty you right into his path. Then I'm going to move 1, grabbing this. Going to jump 2. Whee! Dang.
We'll see.
We'll see what.
See what happens.
Move away.
Come sail away.
Yep.
Come sail.
Move far away. Move far away. Move far away from me.
Mm.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to move 1 space orthogonally. I'm going to get the frack out. No,
Mm-hmm.
not yet. I'm going to distract 3 spaces towards me. I think that's good.
Wouldn't it go the other way?
What other way?
Because that's
It's equal path.
even with the clutter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, you're right. It would go here. Well, let's think about it. Let's think about it. All right, when I was here. Nope, I can't move it where I want to move it. I can move it around me, and that's it. That's not going to help. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do it this way instead. Bloop. Put this up here, move him towards me. That's going to be the way he goes. Move him in the corner. Set the wall around me. Nasty fairies is away. Alternatively, put this one over here. Seems even better. Keeps you from moving me. That looks to be the best sort of movement I can do. So 1, 2, 3, crunching, crunch. That's 2 spaces up, 5 to 5. I get to put two gnome tomes in their homes. Back to a 1, back to a 1. Seems like Shifty could do some good work. I'll move this to A2. No, that does not seem like a good plan. I got 2 things I can boost. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to put me in good situations here. So I'm going to do that as a 3.
Trixie Hobbits.
Trixie Gnomeses. That's this to a 4. Whoa! Hey, Heartboard Games, rating us with a party of 11. How y'all doing? What were you playing?
Hey,
Why are we not,
everybody.
and why are we not rating you guys? Aren't you like ending early or something?
No, they usually end around this time.
Maybe it's Sunday that I'm thinking of that we often raid them.
It's true.
It's
Maybe a
true.
little earlier than normal. All right, are you done?
No, I've got one more boost, and I'm trying to decide how to do this because I don't have what I want.
Guys, LBGA. We are playing Mythic Mischiefs Volume 2, which is currently on Kickstarter right now. All right.
Now it's you.
Now I have big things to think about.
Whoa.
How do I want to do this? Because it's going to end.
Hard War Game says we're playing this Monday. Your thoughts? If you like abstracts and you like Take That, this, and you like obviously, if you like Mythic Mischief Volume 1, then this would be a game for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was going to say that at the very end. However,
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Looks like the groundskeeper is going to be staring you off right there. He's going to bury you 6 feet under. It's going to be a task for you to move me in front of him.
No.
You can do it. I'm sure you can do it.
It's easy to do.
What?
What? Well, I'll just win the easy way, I guess.
Win the easy way.
I'll just end it quick.
How are you going to end it?
Quick and painless, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I know how you're going to end it. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's the end.
Yeah.
It's the end.
I'm gonna use my special switch ability.
So it's really not going to matter. Oh, wow.
And then I'm gonna go 1, 2. Move that here.
Okay. Go with
3, 4, and then that should be plenty enough.
And that goes up 1.
And then you go
1, 2, 3, and
and
it's
it
done.
ends.
Because
There's other things I could have done. I might have been able to get 2, but I didn't want to like plan it all out because 1 was enough.
1 was enough.
I could have like given you my fairy ring and then just kind of put that guy in.
It's a long way.
Yeah, I had 2 of these adjacent movements, so I could have like moved him here, moved that there, moved that there, and had this one gone, and then he could have gone.
I
don't
think
know.
you could have done that.
I had 2 distracts, so I could have. If I switched you here, I could have gone ding ding.
But then you might not have ended it.
Right, and then it would go 1, 2. I had 2 distracts. I mean, I probably could have got another one.
I don't think you would have done it.
You want me to do it?
No.
Because I think I could have.
If you want to,
No, I don't need an extra
6
point.
to 5 is enough.
That's good enough for me.
Because he is now on number 3, and so I do believe you just look at the score and scoreboard. If the game and the game is not tied. If the game were tied after the groundskeeper completes the after dark card, the team with the least amount of tomes on their faction board wins. And that would have also been Steph. And if both teams have an equal amount of tomes, the team whose turn is next wins. So it actually doesn't say. It says the game is over when one team reaches 10 or the groundskeeper reaches destination 3, and it doesn't say the team with more points wins right here. It probably should. But we can figure it out. 6 beats 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good, Mythic Mischief. How about it? Fairy seemed fairly strong.
And Scott subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, Scott.
Thanks for subscribing, Scott. That's awesome.
29 months.
Thanks for following Table Talk. You're awesome. So we just finished Mythic Mischief
Volume 2.
Currently on Kickstarter. If you've played the original, the first Volume 1, this adds 4 new characters, and so it just gives you a lot more to play up and switch around and try new things. So that's cool.
So I know Tom Roller put the link in there earlier. So just search Kickstarter for Mythic Mischief, and you'll find the old and the new versions.
Oh yeah, that's probably on there.
And hey,
I know it's doing very well. So if you want to go catch up on the Mythic Mischiefs, now is a great time to do so.
Yep, I've been seeing the ads everywhere. So hey, that advertising is working.
For sure, me too.
So yeah, be sure to back it. Don't wait, or it's going to be too late. So if you like, as I mentioned before, alluded to before, if you like abstracts and you like Take That, this is going to be the game for you. And if you like minis, am I right?
I mean, they're wicked awesome minis.
They really are.
Yeah. So if you're into minis or painting minis, these are pretty top notch minis.
The game did not end. That's 4 spaces.
What do you mean?
That's a clutter.
I could have distracted one space. I had 2 distracts left over.
And you could have distracted him
One space.
one more
and
space.
then it would have been fine.
Okay, that's just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure. That's a clutter there.
There was so much I didn't do on my turn. So I could have done it.
Okay, I believe you.
I could have.
6-5 is a close game.
Yeah. Hey, let me win one for once. Gee
Okay.
whiz.
Hey, you're winning all of them tonight.
That's good.
So be sure to check out Mythic Mischief from IV Games.
Yeah.
Local. They're local to us.
Yeah, it's cool.
So yeah. Good job, Ivy.
Tennessee Game Day. So
That's right.
everybody was there.
Everybody was there.
That's nice.
Yep. So make sure to back the game. And hey, if you enjoyed this teach and playthrough, come join us on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, where we play 3 games or more every single stream. So hey, come join us on Twitch where we play all the games.
That's right. And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back because we got more games to play.